Um, so when it comes to like so you mentioned that you worked at pro wrestling or you work at pro wrestling tees. Did that come around like around the same time as you were doing freelance wrestling? How did you start working for pro wrestling tees?
Um, yeah, it actually was like right around the same time, I think. Like at least I think I started at Pro Wrestling Tees a little bit before freelance started. Um, and honestly, it really just came from like I I was friends with a guy that used to work at I don't know if you guys remember the Squared Circle.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
rest in peace.
I was so upset because I love like Victoria. For those of you who don't remember, Victoria, the wrestler, or Lisa
Lisa Marie
Marie
Varon.
Varon. Thank you. Yeah. So she was a wrestler. She was Victoria. She owned it with her husband, former husband. It was amazing. We still have a picture on Facebook. It was like me, Chris, and Arlene. We went like when they like opened not too long ago, and we took a picture with her. And they were doing like pay-per-views and like I said, that kind of stuff. Like that was awesome. I remember like once I like ordered like their food through like Grubhub because I like their pizza wontons.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, you were saying.
Um, yeah, no, we used to. I fucking miss that place so much. We used to every Wednesday night was indie wrestling night, so we used to like go up there every Wednesday, and yeah, and then like you said for pay-per-views and stuff, that was the hangout spot for everybody. But I knew a guy that worked there. He was one of the bartenders or like cooks or something. I don't know what he did there, but he worked there. Um, and he also worked at Pro Wrestling Tees. And he like I had posted on Facebook, I think, just like looking for a job. And he like hit me up and he was just like, "Hey," or no, I think he called me and he was like, "Hey, I think I have a like a lead on a job for you." And he's like, "Can you come to here like tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I came up here to like the next day and I just like kind of showed up. Ryan, my boss, just kind of showed me around the shop and was just kind of like, "All right, so like when could you like start?" And I was like, "I could start right now." And he was like, "All right." And I just started that day.
Start
And
making shirts, motherfucker.
yeah, they were like, "All right, he's going to show you how to use the machine." Um, and so this was like right around the time when Punk's store dropped on Pro Wrestling Tees, like for the first time. So like they had an influx of orders that were going out, so they needed extra hands to help package up orders. So I did a lot of that starting out. Um, but then as you know, the months went on, it was like I started freelance, and then Pro Wrestling T started like blowing up more. Fun fact too, like the first like people that signed up for Pro Wrestling Tees was like Cabana, Christopher Daniels, the Young Bucks, Kevin Owens, and me. So like
You're
That's
in the
awesome.
golden circle of
I yeah,
wrestlers.
like literally was like one of the first people to sign up, and that was actually even before I was working there too. So but now it's been like 10 years working here as well, and like I've moved up through the ranks, doing everything from embroidery to EPT, like heat transfers, to like now I'm the supervisor for all the printers there, and I've like kind of taught myself how to do like the actual maintenance work on the machines as well. So like when something breaks or like if they needed like a print head replaced inside the machine, like I'm the guy now.
You don't just
That's
hit it.
awesome. Dude.
No, only the TV receiver do I do that to.
Nice.
So forgive my ignorance. Is one hour tees different from pro wrestling tees, or is that the thing where you do the t-shirts in an hour?
So
What am I mixing it up with?
the parent company is I guess parent company, but like it's 1 Hour Tees is like the original business.
Okay.
Pro Wrestling Tees was primarily an online based business as far as like uh where you would order your shirts from, but it was all done in the same shop. Like we use the same machines. The orders just would come through like a different like computer. But since the Pro Wrestling Tees business has blown up since it started, pro wrestling tees is kind of the majority of the business now. And 1 hour tees, it's still there, and we still get like a lot of orders from like people ordering like family reunion shirts, a lot of schools order shirts through us. So they're still pretty busy on that end as well. But I would say I primarily work more in the pro wrestling tees side of it. Very rarely will I like print like the 1 hour tees orders and stuff, just because like I'm the vet now on the printing team, so now I can be like, all right, you guys, I distribute the orders to them, and I'm like, you guys do these ones, you do these. Yeah.
I remember seeing Colt Cabana on a advertisement by
Billboard.
Squared Circle Restaurant. Yeah, like his face, mouth wide open.
Him just like,
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That was my boss. He was like, I'm gonna put Cabana on all these like billboards and stuff.
That's awesome.
He's kind of just been like, it's funny because like that's just like been the thing now. When people come into town, they're like, oh, I saw Cabana on the billboard.
Yep, it works.
I mean, I would see it every time. I would just always look at him and just point to him, like, oh, there he is again. And it's pretty smart placement because he's like in the middle of everything.
It's like the one, Bears. Who was the Bears player with the hair?
Ryan Urlacher.
Is it? Urlacher?
Oh yeah. Urlacher
like,
got
you
like
just kind of like associate them with a specific product.
It's like going through the Midwest and it's like hell is real or whatever, like that kind of thing. Can't forget that shit.
That was the first thing I did when I turned 18. I remember we were driving through Indiana and we like purposely stopped at a Lion's Den because I was like, we're buying porn because we can.
I always thought about
awesome.
like, what does the inside of a Lion's Den look like? Like,
beads?
Do they have beads? Yeah, do they have bead curtains?
It just looks like a video store.
Like a Blockbuster.
Or like a local family video.
Yeah, it just looks like a family video. And like maybe there might be like, because there's no adult section because the whole thing is an adult section. So
is there like tape on the? Is everything just out? It's like full frontal. They're not like putting like black tape or some shit on the tapes or whatever.
Yeah.
Tapes.
No, it's all out there, and there's a lot of cameras.
No jerking off in the store.
Oh, I mean, probably that, but also guys who are super horny probably just want to just grab the DVD and go.
Yeah, or just like these people get robbed probably all the time.
Yeah. You think so?
My horniness is overpowering my logic and thoughts, so I'm just gonna like stick you up for these.
Put it in the bag.
Give me these $3 DVDs.
Right. That's the coolest thing in freelance in the pre-show with the random ass DVD. I love that.
Dude, it's such a funny like bit because it's literally just like you win a prize, it's knocked up on DVD or like Fever Pitch.
Yo, I got Miami Vice like 3 shows ago. I got Miami Vice because I shot like it was like these targets or whatever, and it was like this like dart gun or whatever, and I shot it, and I got Miami Vice. It was great.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, there's always like something random in there that I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty sick, and no one ever picks them.
Who provides that? Who provides all that shit?
Jason does. He just buys them. He buys them at Goodwill like before he shows up to that day.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Like it's funny because it's more. I feel it's more of just like the act of being like doing the game and like being part of the show is like more of the prize than the actual prize.
Yeah.